Welcome back, guys. Were you looking for the most detailed reviews of Barbie dolls anywhere on YouTube? Well, then you've come to the right place. You're watching Broken Barbie TV, and I'm Gypsy, your host, and today we're going to review this little Barbie doll, Sweet for Silver, which is a fashionista doll that was just released in the 2017 line of Fashionistas. On the back of the box, there are all of the girls shown, but none of the boys from this line. So keep that in mind. If you are interested in the boys, they're not on the boxes of all the girls. Not exactly sure why. If you look at the back of the boys' boxes, though, you can see all of the dolls, girls and the boys. And here, there's a little diagram with the 4 body types of Barbies that are available. And here you see this one is checked because this is the symbol for the petite dolls, and she is petite. Unlike the 2016 release with all of the different Barbie body types, this box doesn't actually say petite on it. And I'm not sure why they did that. I guess they figured you should be able to recognize them by now. I don't know. But it looks like they decided to stop printing the size of the doll onto the box. So that's the only indicator on the back of the box there. Okay, so she's grouped on the box here with a curvy girl and this one with the goddess head sculpt who appears to be just a regular sized Barbie. But she might be tall too, because she looks like she's a little taller than them. But regular sized Barbie is taller than petite and curvy, so she's probably just regular, because on the back of the box, she looks like she's got a regular body type. Okay, so I'm just going to call her Yona because I did purchase this doll to replace one of my repaints with the same head sculpt, Yona. And this is what she looks like out of the box. So she did have those ugly plastic cable tabs stuck in her head. I had to pull those out. And then you see here she's still got 2 more on the sides of her head. And right here at the top, keeping her cute little headband in place. 'Tis a shame, but what can we do about it? So that I'm gonna end up removing. Her body is petite and her skin tone is actually quite tan. So I'm going to rebody her onto a Barbie Made To Move blue top body that I got just for this occasion. But I want to show you guys something kind of strange about the Made To Move doll that I have for her. It's like a weird thing that I noticed. Anyway, so her skin tone is quite tan and it looks like it will match that skin tone. Because here's another doll that is also tan, and I'm not sure if you can tell on camera here, but Jackson here is actually more brown than Yona. So this color would be too dark for her, so she's not gonna match orange top. And she's got holes in her ears even though she has no earrings. I wonder why. I wish they did give her earrings because that would have been really cute, but I guess I'll just have to pierce her ears myself. Anyways, moving on, let's get a closer look at her face. So she has the much loved Kira head sculpt. Some of you guys call this sculpt Nico. Some people call her Leah, but Leah is a different head sculpt. Most collectors call her Kira, and this is the same sculpt that Carlisle Nuera used to design his Mutia Barbie, the Filipina girl. And so she probably would make a really good Filipino character if you need one. I think that she has that look. She's got the tan complexion and the Asian eyes. And of course the sculpt was meant to depict an Asian person. So I think she would make an outstanding Filipina girl. And her hair color is actually quite light compared to most of the Asian doll sculpts that are used by Mattel. We don't really see them making their Asian girls have other hair colors besides black and brown. So although this is a shade of brown, it's very light compared to those other Asian Barbies. And I thought that was a nice breath of fresh air because all Asian people do not look the same. And many Asian girls actually dye their hair different colors even if it is naturally black. So you'll see Asian people with many different hair colors once they dye it, of course. So I thought that that was a cool little modern touch that they gave her. I'm not certain if they were trying to depict her to be an Asian person, because Mattel seems to be very vague about making some of their dolls like really, you know, capture certain features of people from different races. So I'm not sure, but to me she looks pretty Asian, so I'm just gonna go with that. And then her outfit is this metallic silver color, and their overalls, but it's a skirt, so that is pretty cute. It's quite stiff. The material is really stiff. Not really certain what kind of material this is, but it looks to be similar to denim, but really thin. And then she's got on these blue shoes. They're boots. They have many textures, like studs, I guess it's supposed to look like, on them. And laces up in the front, but they are plastic, no fabric. And they're all one solid color, and you can, of course, customize these with paint and things like that. What I am happy about, though, is that her outfit seems to be two pieces. As you can see here, there's a shirt underneath, and this shirt, let's take this off for a second. Okay, her overalls, the suspenders here, or the straps I should say, it's just ribbon. It's just very thin silver ribbon sewn on there, so just be careful because you don't want to rip that. It's really thin and fragile, it seems like. Yeah, so that could easily tear, but that's what it looks like. It's very simple design, but it works. And then she's got on a plain shirt underneath, which is kind of cool because we don't run across a lot of plain colors for Barbie clothing that's done by Mattel. So this is why I really adore the set, because finally we have stuff that we can like mix match with all that printed crap that we normally get. And it's so hard sometimes to coordinate the clothing when everything has prints on it. So I really love that they're solid, simple colors, and this makes me feel like somebody at Mattel was listening to us and actually applying the criticism that we share. They actually took us seriously about something for once. So thank you to whoever designed this doll. I'm not sure who the designer was, and you guys probably know, so put that in the comments if you know who the designer of this doll was. But absolutely, I love that the colors are very simple. The splash of, you know, blue, even though it doesn't actually match, it's still like you can get away with it because she doesn't have a bunch of different colors going on. And the same thing with the headband. I just feel like the outfit is very realistic and something that everyday girls in today's age would wear. So I like that a lot about the way that this doll was styled. I'm going to take her clothes off completely since she's already half dressed and show you guys the rest of her body. She does have the standard petite doll body with the bent arm at one side, straight legs, and her feet are regular Barbie doll sized high heel feet, so she can just fit into any of your Barbie's like regular standard shoes. And then her hair, it's twisted into a little ponytail that's over to the side, and it seems to be the same like the usual saran hair that they use, the kind that like lays flat. So I really do like this texture. I'm hoping she's got a full head of hair there rooted in. I mean, this ponytail is pretty thick, so I'm guessing she probably does, but I'll have to examine everything to make sure that she doesn't have a big bald spot. So I'm very impressed with this doll so far. I really like her, and I think her lipstick might be a little bit too light for her skin tone. It's like purplish, like a real pastel purple pink kind of color. That I do not really like. I think I would darken that up some, but overall she's got very simple face up, not a whole bunch of makeup. Make sure you're following us on Instagram to get updates on how I customize this doll, because that's where I post all of my latest goings on with the Barbies. And look, this is interesting. On the back of her head, it gives you the year that her sculpt was created. Look at that. It says 1980 Mattel. What? Y'all, 1980, I wasn't even born yet. I wasn't born until 5 years after this doll sculpt was released. And she was one of my favorite head sculpts, but I didn't really see a lot of dolls with the sculpt because the Asian dolls, they were around, but they just weren't as prominent as the white dolls. So once in a blue moon, I'd come across one of these Kiras and I'd be like, oh mom, I gotta have one of them. Normally they were like the swimming suit ones. Ugh, I hated those because I liked the ones that had clothes, but we couldn't afford to buy the Barbie dolls that had clothes and stuff because they were more expensive. Anyway, so I'm gonna take her hair down because I really want to see what it looks like. Even though I do love the ponytail, she looks so cute with her little pony. Let me tell you, it seemed like a whole lot of acrobatics just to get this dang thing off of her head. Lord, they done did all kinds of stuff to keep this thing on her head. But here's what her ponytail looks like without the headband. Yeah, not as impressive in my opinion. The shape looks a little bit funny without the headband to kind of camouflage the imperfections, but the headband will stay without all of that plastic ties and stuff to keep it on. Okay, so I just wanted to show you guys what her ponytail looks like with the twist unraveled before I take her ponytail down completely. With this texture of hair, and because her hair has been up for probably a while, I'm sure she's gonna need some type of a hair treatment in order for it to be completely flat so she can wear her hair down. But I just want to make sure she doesn't have any bald spots. Alright, here we go. I took her hair down. I want you guys to see what her root job looks like. So here, right in the front, this doll doesn't have a part in her hair, so it looks like the rooting is a little bit sparse in the front because this is the part of her hair when it's up in the ponytail that they want it to look nice and tight. And if it was too much hair there, it would be really bulky looking and her ponytail wouldn't look tight and flat. So that's the reasoning for why they root the dolls like this, which is always a risk that you take when you buy dolls that have high ponytails that are, you know, tied up really tight. But her scalp is painted the same color as her hair, so it does blend. And it doesn't look like she has a bunch of bald spots. Like you could get away with blending her hair in. Right now, because it still has some texture to it, having been in the twist, it seems blendable. But honestly, I would have liked to see more hair there. So it does bug me a little bit that she doesn't have more hair rooted up in the front. And I'm just not patient enough to reroot my dolls or add hair to my dolls. I don't have time for that. But those of you guys who do, y'all probably may want to add some more hair there up in the front, or just keep her hair in a ponytail style most of the time. I guess there are ways to blend the doll's hair, but anyways, I just wanted to show that to you guys so you could see before you purchase your doll what to expect if you decide you want to get this doll. So just keep that in mind. And as you can see, the hair color seems to go very good with her complexion. It's not too light, it's not too dark, and overall looks pretty good. I'm going to rebody her, but what I wanted to show you about the bodies was this strange discrepancy that I noticed. So this doll was purchased on Amazon. This doll was purchased at Toys R Us. And it's not just me. I know you guys see this difference because it's very obvious. This blue top is way lighter than her. And this doll, she matches the darker blue top body better. So that's the body I'm going to end up opening for her. And I'm going to save this one for a different doll. But how bizarre is this? That it's the same doll but two different skin tones. It's a little bit confusing for those of us who are ordering dolls online or buying dolls in the stores to match our different dolls as body donors. It's a little strange that they switched up the skin tone. And then if you look at the faces, although they are supposed to be the same head sculpt, look at how differently the face ups look. I mean, they look like two completely different people the way that they drew the faces. The eyes are like very different looking. The lips even look different. Her lips look like they're a little bit thinner. And it's just really bizarre that they don't look the same. And then look at the packaging too. If you look in the background, look, there's two different pictures in the same spot. There is also a different girl on the horse. Weird, right? I'm guessing that this doll came out with the first wave of Made to Move dolls because look at the back of the box. There's no yellow top, okay? See how she's not there? And I do recall those dolls having the 3 other girls in the front packaging along with yellow top in the front. And then this doll was released with the next wave of Made to Move dolls, orange top and the redhead. So she didn't exist when this packaging came out. So that's kind of strange, right guys? That it's the same doll but they packaged them differently and they like did something different with the skin tone. It's so weird. And then look on the back of this box, now yellow top appears. And here's the redhead at the bottom. And for whatever reason, orange top is not included on the picture on this box. So I don't know, maybe they only had room for one black girl or something, but that's just really bizarre. Look at the shape of the box, the corners. One is rounded and one is square. So I'm just a stickler for details, and I happen to notice these differences. I thought it was a little strange. I don't know if it's significant or what. I mean, some of you might think that it is, and some of you are probably like, who cares? Close enough, whatever. But hey, for some of you, that little discrepancy in the skin tone can make a big difference, because if I didn't have this doll, I wouldn't have been able to use her to rebody her with, because they're not quite the right complexion. She's still a little bit darker than that body. So it would have been a little off. So now I think my Yona is coming along. She is wearing her original outfit on her new body, and it seems to fit just fine. Of course, it looks more short, and the shoes do fit as well. And I just tossed her hair into a little side ponytail. And even though she doesn't have all the plastic cables and stuff holding the thing down, it still seems like it's fitting her head fine, and it's not gonna slip and slide off when I'm moving her around. So that works. And the skin tone, the darker Made to Move blue top body matched her skin tone best. So that's what I went with. I'm telling you, it's crazy because the darker skin tone on the Made to Move body is so close to the Nikki doll color or orange top color, which is what Jackson matches. Very little difference here. It's kind of crazy. So I don't know what happened or why that wave of blue top dolls had that complexion. It's a little strange, but yeah, it worked out for me because I needed that skin tone for her. So good match. Make sure you go and check out my review of this doll, which is the City Chic Barbie look doll, and also this doll, which is the Platinum Pop Fashionista that came out in the same wave with Yona. And I hope you guys enjoyed watching me review and customize my Yona. I'm going to do further customizations on her when I get some time, so be sure that you're following us on Instagram so you can see all of the latest changes that I make to my dolls, and that's the first place I post it. And of course, we have our live video sessions there, so make sure you're joining us to see all the things that we are doing and to join all of the conversations that we're having. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you subscribe if you haven't already. We'll talk to you in an upcoming video, and until we do, have a dolly day.